Hello everybody, Corey here. In this video we will go over we'll do the ULTY daily roundup. Just a reminder, I'm not a qualified licensed investment advisor or a financial advisor. YieldMax ETFs are extremely risky, and they define each one of these risks below and go more in detail on their website. So if we jump on over here, let's filter that. The shares have increased. Well, the net assets have increased about 6 million. The shares increased, I think it was 325,000 there. CGC is it's a cannabis stock, but it's one of our new ones. Well, it was just added today, so it was the only trade made. And I did not get this done for yesterday's videos. I ended up doing the videos this morning, and I did not have enough time to do both the trades and holdings videos and all the dailies. So I did the trades and holdings. So I apologize for those of you that missed this video and hated the fact that I did the other video instead. Apologies. But so we have here, we have, of course, our inception dates, our initial IB dates for those of you that don't normally follow this, and then we have the ranking of these. So we can see at this time our highest ranking one is GME. So it's 206%, and then our lowest ranking is SMCI with 69%. And look at that, coins even at the bottom of the list, 73%. I don't think we would ever, well, we wouldn't have thought that the past several months anyways. So anyway, we're going to move on over here. Let's sort these stock prices. So ULTY itself ended up closing 4 cents down today, or 0.25%, while the S&P was up 0.13%. But from what I've seen, the majority of the stocks have been down. And we can even see that here in the ULTY account. Of course, luckily, we had several that were extremely up today. But we had coin being down the most with negative 6%. Several were down 5%. We had Lyft, Carvana, CleanSpark, and Upstart were all down 5%. And then we had Root and Symbotic. They were up 11%. And then Riley was up 6%. So let's move on. So then, like I said, the only trades we had here was CGC. So of course the premium that was received for that. So cost what column L is. Column M is our net trades of the short calls. Of course, we only had the one, so it's the same as the premium amount. Of course, right now we don't have synthetics, and we have the stocks instead. And then of course we have our total amount in the ranking, but it's the only one we have. And then we have, let's sort this if you want to see. Just thought of something. Anyway. We have the net assets here for each one of these, and you can see these are high and positive, which is not normal, and that's because we went back to the stocks. So I know you might not have got the daily roundup. I don't know if those of you that would normally watch it watch the trades and holdings instead, but everything went from synthetics back to holding the stocks. So and then for here, all of these, well, most of these started out with about 3.8 million ish spent on the stocks themselves. I don't know about GME. It ended up being like over 4 million yesterday. But the one thing I didn't look at is to see if GME came up yesterday. So no, it didn't even come up here. Oh, I'm sorry. So I was just thinking of something from yeah, but we don't know what they paid for it exactly, because I don't know if this is the true amount or not, since it had the wrong stock associated with this one. Okay, anyway. Always drama, right? So anyway, you can see where we're at today, since most of these went down, and then just a few went up. And then, of course, you can see where we're at on the share price. So these are going to be positive now versus normally being negative. It's just, is it close to about the price, you know, that was spent on the stocks and stuff or not? And then, so I was looking here at our portfolio stuff, and looking at it on the list wise here, we can see the aftermarket stuff. So if we look, usually there's not a lot of information aftermarket, but we can see here, I mean, not a lot of action going on unless it's earnings. So if we looked here, Lyft went up 6% in after hours. So 6.2% or $1. So we click on our chart and we go here, we can see that they did have earnings this evening. So they went up based on earnings, but Upstart right here is what I found significant, because it went down 5% during the trading day today, and then after hours it went down another 11%. So it dropped 16% today. And then so when we go in here, we can see that they had earnings today as well. Of course, I have this. If we look at the daily chart, well, of course, we're not going to see where it was at, but it dropped to 21.70. So it's about down here, which is about at the low on this screen. So let's go back. Yeah, so it looks like it did hit that back in November a little bit there, but outside of that, it was yeah, almost a year ago that it's been at that stock price. I didn't look at Lyft. Well, Lyft was going up, so I guess I didn't care too much. I think those were the only two that I saw significant there. Yeah, but if we go look at the chart, and I know I forget it half of the time, but if we look at the intradays here, so you can see here how Lyft did at least that huge spike, but it went way down most of the day. Like, I guess several of these did. I don't know. Coin did, Lyft did, Carvana, Clean Spark. I guess none of them, not a lot did they trend. We have a few short ones, Sunrun and Morrow a little bit there, and I guess CGC. But a lot of the rest of these didn't do that, so I'm not sure. I didn't listen to any stock market or live stock market news about today at all. So, yeah, not even one little bit. But even here, though, look, Affirm, it dropped in after hours. So, let's see. What's today's date? The 7th. Okay, so they actually have earnings in the morning. So according to this right here, they have earnings in the morning, but they still ended up dropping a lot right there after the market. And I don't know, it's possibility that Celsius had earnings this morning. Yeah, it looks like. And the only reason I was saying that, because if we were back here looking, look at this, there was a huge drop pre-market, and then it started going back up. I don't know what's going on with all the movement that went on today with GME to be flat or even just 1 cent off. That's just amazing to me. Yeah, that's amazing. But anyway, I just thought I'd bring over here, show you the charts. I know that's what I always have a problem forgetting that, and I know some of you like me doing that. But then I also, by coming over here, I was able to see that some of these had earnings, so don't let it be a shocker tomorrow, especially with that one bringing this, that stock price down 11%. We did have one coming up 6%, but who knows? It could flip-flop in the morning. And then we had earnings we saw for another one, and there may be some others on here. I did have the data for earnings for this week. I guess I figured Disney was the only one. And I wasn't getting the other videos out, that I figured it wouldn't be that big of a deal by missing going through it. But just looking at the list real quick, yeah, Celsius was this morning. Lyft was this, and Lyft and Upstart, which we already talked about. So those were today's. Tomorrow morning, Affirm, which I think we just said that too. Alright, I would bring this up on my phone, but I didn't have it pre-pulled up. So I'm sure I have tons of pictures of birds and thumbnails and everything else I'd have to sort through, and pictures of my kids. So, but AMC actually reports, I know that's not one of these, but AMC and ARM report tomorrow. Mara, so we have Mara back in our portfolio. It reports Thursday afternoon. SoundHound reports, of course that's not here anymore. GigaCloud reports Thursday morning. CleanSpark reports Thursday afternoon. There's Plug. Let's see, but that's not in this one. Trying to make sure I can read. Some of these are a little blurry. Alright, so we actually have quite a few there that are reporting this week. It looks like a bunch of them on Thursday. So Thursday could be, I guess, going into Friday, since it looks like only one of those was pre-market. And then we had GigaCloud was pre-market, and then after post-market or after-market, after close, whatever you want to call it, Marathon and CleanSpark. So Bitcoin related there. But anyway, yeah, so we have a few of those happening this week, and we'll see how these go and how ULTY goes, and if it does huge swings or not. I mean, it did pretty good today considering that most stocks went down. Of course, luckily we had a few that did come up. But anyway, I will talk to y'all later. Apologize again for not getting the daily roundup out for yesterday, but hope y'all have a great day tomorrow. Bye.